What's
Yo, what up, y'all? It's the Normies coming at you with some motherfucking Rick and Morty on a late Sunday night. We're all zombies. We're getting at it. The name of this episode is Rest and Ricklaxation.
Rest and Ricklaxation.
Not to be confused with Rick Lactation, because that's a different thing completely.
Yeah. You know what? This episode title is a little preview to what we will hopefully be doing.
Yes. The Normies would like to rest.
We've had a really late night, guys. Like, it is
12:30.
We filmed yesterday.
Yeah.
We filmed today.
Yeah.
And so, it's been a long night. It's 12:22. It's,
Yep.
But
At
why
this
is the
rate, when I
camera
finally
so
get
far
on a
away?
plane to go to Europe, I won't be afraid of flying because I'll be asleep the whole time.
Who farted?
I'll have a whole 24 hours of doing nothing. No, I didn't fart. If I fart, you'll know it's fucking me. Your fucking nose will bleed, alright?
It's serious.
That's real shit.
Sarah's farted.
So, I don't think that we can have a lot of predictions. We saw what was going to happen a little bit. So instead of getting into predictions, I would really just like to get into the episode.
Yes.
I love y'all. Thanks for fucking with us,
Yeah, what are you
man. We
gonna
fuck
say?
with
Nate
y'all
was gonna
heavy,
say
man.
something.
That shit.
Nate was gonna
say it and play it.
This is gonna be another fucking Rick and Morty big adventure.
Just go play
Fucking
it.
never mind.
Just play
Just play it.
Wait, I lost my
Oh,
train
is
of
it?
thought.
No,
It's
you
on
go.
the computer,
It's
bro.
on the computer.
Oh, God, whoops.
And be careful with you do it.
He's the one doing the audio. Bang it on the table, buddy.
Wait.
Oh, guys,
Oh.
with the stripper titties.
Obviously, if someone special comes along, but I mean really special, like nothing I've even remotely considered in the past.
Oh, sure. One that shiny love, that docking kind of love.
Oh, yeah.
Like penis in the foreskin kind of love. Just like warm, just like...
Everybody off. Morty, I need you to we need to go on a quick adventure.
You said I could go to school today.
That was before I needed something, Morty. There's a plasma shard in the Abatongo cluster. A princess has it. If I get it, I'll be awesome.
You've been going non-stop, Rick. It's not healthy. You know, these are my teenage years. I just found out Jessica's single.
Oh, that's wow, Morty. Wow. What an exciting life you lead. 20 minutes adventure.
6 days later.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Are those
Oh shit.
alien sperms? What's happening?
Yeah, I think it's a vagina. Yeah, it's a sperm.
They just blew a galactic vagina. Alright, Rick's got off.
What?
The bed. This is like Rick's bender.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars, like.
Jesus.
I can't do this anymore.
Seriously, I was not in control of that situation at all. I don't know.
Oh my god.
This is terrible. This is serious.
Oh my
What do you say?
Lord.
Guys, okay, so
Wow.
can I just say real quick? I caught up. I watched the last 2 episodes. I love where it's going. I love the continuity.
Yeah.
I love how Morty is getting smarter and smarter.
Oh yeah.
He's like
it's evil Morty
wising
now.
up.
Oh, yeah.
That's like
It's
evil
not
Morty
evil
theories.
Morty. People think it's
Yes, the jury episode was
So good. So
Jerry
good.
episode.
Yeah. But I also like the Avengers one. I also like the Marvel one.
That was
Yeah.
one of my
That was
favorites.
a good one.
That was a good
Yeah.
one.
So, I don't know.
That's
Just
still
choose
my
3
favorite.
pointers.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, it is about Rest and Ricklaxation.
Well, makes sense.
That's something.
You were right. Best day spot in the galaxy.
It's not even cruel either. These things are just doing what they do in the wild. They love swallowing stressed out creatures for 20 minutes and then puking them up.
Rick,
Oh,
is this
shit.
supposed to be
I feel like this is like
Uh,
Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland
Nope. Something fucked up.
time machine.
Obviously, the guy I yelled at overloaded the machine. It takes more than that to kill Rick and Morty, mother.
What?
They blew.
Are they dead?
This might do it. Run, Morty.
Are they like what? Are they covered
I
in
think they survived that shit. Or maybe this is like a dream sequence.
The toxins. We're not in hell, Morty. We're in the detoxifier. The machine didn't blow up. It worked normally. It removed our toxins. Where are the toxins? Are you listening? You stupid little garbage
Oh
person.
my god!
What?
They're removed from
found
themselves.
that detox sufficiently relaxing.
Hey man, listen. Those comments I made about your throat. You think if God existed, he could do it? The answer is no. If God exists, it's fucking me.
Oh my god.
I heard the denominator be you.
Morty, that's hilarious. Normally I would come down on any kind of disruption, but it seems to represent a positive change for your character.
You got good, Morty.
What the? Wow.
I hate to bug you with this, but after our morning hike, I started receiving very faint, highly unusual transmissions on my sub-ether phone. Listen.
Is this another universe?
I downgraded
Is this another
my
universe?
for emergencies only. You know, if something's worth
No,
saying,
no, no.
it's worth eye contact.
So I enhanced it. And listen. Hey, asshole! Remember us? I don't like confrontation. Just you pieces of garbage. That's right. You're fucking garbage, not us. I'm a genius and a god. You really think this thing can hold me?
What
What if
the
the
fuck
toxic parts
happened?
of us have their own identities, their own will to live? What if mine shares my intelligence and devised a way to reach out to us?
Sounds like he's in a lot of pain. Lot of pain.
Did they
Like,
die?
You shouldn't have to
No.
deal
No,
with that,
it-
man. You know,
Kinda.
They
Just got separated.
Some urban spin
A part of
it's
them died.
amazing. You do your, man, world's greatest grandpa, for reals. It's not just a coffee cup for you, bud. You're legit.
What the fuck?
What the f- This is
What?
great.
I love drums. I never took drum lessons. Why? Limitations.
Is he on
We are
coke?
addicted to
I think you'd get bored with me.
Exactly. Look, the sparks aren't flying. This is what dating is for, you know? First date, no sparks, no damage, no worries. Life is a highway. We're gonna ride it all night long. Get some crude eye.
He's like
This is
Rick.
organic?
He's like Rick,
All
but
right.
like
You know,
positive.
The evening continues.
but Morty.
Hey, here we go.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm afraid after
Aren't
that,
you a child?
only in the ways that matter.
You're like Rick is this talkative.
Yeah.
I've been watching you drink, Stacy. I get the feeling you've got a hard job. I wonder what it takes to
What
please
is going
you. That's the job
on?
I want. I want to get promoted, fired, corner office, hostile takeover, workplace accident. I'm on my knees, Stacy.
What?
Worshiping, begging, whatever you want.
Okay.
Take.
Is that not like?
Oh,
Morty's making moves.
Scientist. Hey, Rick, are you familiar with Benoit technology?
Morty.
Benoit balls.
They let me purchase the containment unit from their
I'm sorry.
detoxifier.
Why?
You guys
Because we're
are.
coming home,
Rick
bitch.
later.
This is the parts of your pussy cream. That stuff is alive and it belongs with us. We yanked them from their homes and locked them in a can. Mother.
He's
See,
Morty.
they're
Yeah,
living
they
in pain.
switched,
That's
bro.
what they do,
Yeah, they
Rick. They
switched.
live in pain. They are pain.
Sociopath, do you hear this, Morty? Everybody hates me, I can tell. Healthy Rick, are we doing this?
Oh my
Sorry,
god.
Morty, I need you to step into the booth.
Healthy
Negotiate
Rick.
with dominance.
Oh,
Morty,
no.
Now, booth.
Oh no, this
Come on, Morty.
is
Touch
dude.
me. Morty, do the healthy thing and voluntarily retoxify yourself.
This could be like a big turning point if like I don't know.
Don't get in that telepod.
Well, they're gonna take back.
Oh
Oh my gosh, is that both of them? Or
Yes,
just
that idiot believed every word. You were just gonna trap us in that tank? That was your plan? Not was, mother. Still is.
no! Oh
Jesus.
god.
This is scary.
Morty, help.
Did I ask for this?
Oh,
Did I ask for
Morty, do something.
Morty.
Morty's coming.
Dude, this is
Nice.
6,000. Kill him. You know what? Not my table.
oh shit.
Oh, dude.
Dude, this is crazy. It's like the embodiment.
Easy. Don't do it.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, he has weapons everywhere.
You're a good little boy.
Oh my god.
Oh!
What the
What?
Nice try, asshole.
fuck? What is happening?
You're gonna live in a toxic wasteland like I had to do.
Oh shit.
Trap you in a toxic world? Let's just make the whole world toxic.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is bad.
Our toxins have as much a right to their worldview as
But
Morty. How is it healthy to slap me?
Obviously, my version of health is a hell of a lot different from yours, you useless old turd.
Wait, that's it? How could that detox machine know the difference between healthy and sick for everything that goes through it? It can't. It must be by the individual's own definition of toxicity. That means.
Oh.
Dad! What the hell,
I'll
Rick?
explain on the way. Flip this switch, the entire world is gonna be just as toxic as us, baby.
Oh shit.
Oh, he's about to. Oh, damn, man.
As we praise our loving Father,
Instant.
We made him up for money.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Santa Claus isn't real.
What the?
Oh my.
Oh, wow.
Oh god.
It's like the shit that happened in Spider-Man.
Did you learn last time that you can't beat me? Yeah, I did, but this is the all-time weakest bluff that I've ever. Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, he does care about Morty. That's the truth. That's the truth, I
And
guess.
that's toxin for him.
My entitlement, my narcissism, because we both know I'm too healthy to lie. Watch. Right.
Damn, they shoot the fuck out of Morty.
Not that I can, but are you okay? Just do what you piece of. I'm back, baby. Regular Rick. Worlds, check it out. Excuse me.
Nice.
Okay, can this be reversed? Oh my
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Is not a lie.
Oh wow.
They went back to solid work. Oh my god. Oh.
That's
Wall
right.
Street.
And ask around. I never do, Dwayne.
Apple
It's
means
real
it.
simple.
Asshole.
Scott is a beautiful redhead, recently single, not looking to date, but ready to fall
Totally
in love.
Wolf of
And
Wall
fate
Street.
has put her locker.
I think this is like the exact scene.
Damn near.
Is this organic?
And then like what is
This motherfucker only eating carrots this whole thing?
Hi, Morty. It's Jessica. Look, can we
Or to
just
the American
talk for a
Psycho.
minute? If you
Huh. How about that?
Oh, he just wanted her to hear.
Sorry, tiny American psycho. Time to take the.
Jesus.
You weren't a 14-year-old boy from the Midwest who ran away from his family and capitalized on his lack of conscience by becoming a stockbroker?
Oh, I guess I was pretty upfront about that, wasn't I?
You were upfront about everything. You were my soulmate.
Oh.
Well, not anymore.
That is gross.
You
It
can
is.
keep the apartment and the drones.
You can't keep the drones. They turn into a little Voltron robot. They're awesome.
I love it.
Keep the drones.
I want that.
Oh,
cool.
that would be so cool.
Good to have you back.
Oh damn,
Have
fam.
you been on before? Oh my god, yum.
Did you guys not hear what she just said?
What?
She said, you ever been peed on before? She said, oh my god, yo.
Oh my god, I did not. Oh my god.
I tuned it out because I was just trying to think like what.
I'm gonna watch this end sequence and then I'm gonna go check on these videos.
This end credit scene.
Bro.
End credit scene.
That was a weird.
That was a ride. I was
That
like,
was a fucking.
What is this
like,
song?
that was a weird one.
That was a good ride.
Let's see this. Let's see this end credito.
My Terry flaps.
Terry
You
flaps.
out. Suck my flaps, you piece of shit.
Suck my flaps.
Although only a handful of moon towers remain today, they were popular in the late 19th century. An entire town could be illuminated by... What the hell is this?
Oh god.
Oh, the chick. Yeah, she was still in there.
Thank you,
Oh,
what?
man.
She said sea cucumber. That was their safe word
cucumber,
for
oh.
sex stuff. Honest to God, I had literally no idea what was happening all the way up until the end. That was
That was
super fucking weird. I
That
kind of
was-
loved it.
Dude, that
It's
was-
like one of
that
the
was
Rick and Morty
awesome. That was-
I
episodes.
admit, I don't know if it's just because we're tired guys, but like,
It was hard to follow.
yeah, but
What do you think?
I got most of it. I got it. I
That
got
was
it.
a
I
classic
got it.
Rick
I
and
got
Morty
By the end, I
episode.
got it. I got
was.
Basically, both of their bad sides and stuff that makes them
they're,
weak.
They're true selves that like made them like.
Makes him
what-
super weak because like
Yeah.
Morty's toxic self was his scaredy catness, his like oh my god Rick, and the
Yeah.
way he's so submissive to Rick.
Yes.
And the thing that sucks is Morty's been trying to get rid of that for a minute now, and he finally got rid of it. But then Rick, what does he do? Brings it right back.
But if that's their true self, what's the philosophical thing? Like you're better off without your true self, like philosophically.
Oh no,
No.
I don't know. I think it's just showing that Rick needs Morty. Morty is the one who keeps Rick in
Yeah.
charge
No, but
because
I'm
Morty
saying they
is
switch
self good
positions.
out.
I think that was a
They
big lesson
switched
learned.
positions, and they were really like better.
They
you
didn't
know?
really switch.
No,
positions,
honestly,
just
no,
talk
not
about
like
it
at
the
the
reveal
end.
that Rick's true crutch or Achilles heel is Morty.
Always will be
Like-
Morty.
Yeah.
That was a big reveal at
In
the end.
both
Even
his
if
toxicity and his actual self.
No, his actual self was I don't give a shit. That's why he was.
no, his
shooting.
actual shit doesn't give a shit about that Morty.
It was a bluff. He was like, "You think I'm gonna call your bluff?" Like he knew his bluffing. Like it wasn't like he knew that the toxic Rick would bend. I guess.
Yeah.
No,
Bend
it
the
was
knee.
all. It's because so the toxic self wasn't like what the machine thought. It was like what you want to get rid of, and Rick wanted to get rid of the idea of emotional attachment to somebody because that he sees a weakness. That's why he knew that germ or whatever was like would be cared for Morty because he didn't. So he's like, I don't care.
But didn't it also seem like Rick was like the Morty of, and Morty was.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Sure.
So, but because like they're the same people.
Because their toxic cells were removed.
And it really shows how big of a genius truly fucking Morty can be without his toxic self. You know what I mean? He straight up pulled a fucking a Limitless back there, man. He like had NZT or some shit. Dude, he became so smart, and then
there were a lot of movie references.
That's why I was getting scared and like drawing. Like everyone knows about the whole evil Morty and shit theory, like all the theories behind the lore. I know like they make fun of people that like dive too deep into this shit, but I still feel like they put clues and stuff in there.
Oh yeah,
because like
they do.
If that's Morty's true, like if that's Morty without his like toxic submissive self.
But how does that make him evil? Like what was evil?
Not evil, but just
he's
like
just more like
he was like
decisive.
Yeah, he was very like.
He's a kid and he's growing up, so obviously that's gonna happen. I don't think that defines him as evil.
I think Rick will drive him to it.
Dude,
yeah, like,
and also,
and
one thing this toxic Rick showed is that he really thinks he's like godlike, man.
Yeah.
He's like I can do anything. He's like I've foreseen anything and everything. I am God himself. Like that is. Yeah. The man thinks he's all powerful.
So and his true self said, "Sorry, I don't know if I'm interrupting you. This. His true self said, like, I'm in control.
Yeah.
Ultimately, so that was cool to see that it was his like, his good side.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. There's a theory that I read. Can I say it? Because I feel like this episode kind of made it seem like it might be true. So there's a theory that Morty is actually Rick.
Yeah.
So like Morty is like younger self of Rick, and Rick is. So this show kind of made it explain like if it is, and just him being scary cat personality is the only one that keeping Morty is it, because once that's taken away, he turned into Rick. So his that toxin was the only thing that keeping him.
So that can't be the case because they're fucking family members, and we've also seen multiple universes that exist where they're always still lined up in a family.
But I mean, that could have happened. Like you know how parallel universes happen. Like one thing happens and all it changes. Like so maybe a change was when Rick went in the back and saved the Morty, and that created a bunch of parallel universes because that's the one that created it.
When I was rewatching, didn't Jerry say Rick showed up 2 years ago? Or something like the problems in the marriage didn't start until Rick showed up. Yeah. He didn't show up until a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And we still don't know why. I know the lore has made fun of people picking up, but they showed us this shit for a reason.
Yeah.
Him seeing Morty as a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I mean,
we know something's weird. Something's weird with the timeline there somewhere.
There's a difference between timeline and like parallel universe could be starting
Rick and Morty and not Rick and Rick.
It's Rick and Rick. I don't know. It's like.
I felt like
I've heard that.
I can see some convoluted way of like. Yeah,
I've heard that same theory.
The show,
and this kind of made it sound like
the show
like
would be fucked up.
Morty has just that nice thing that compressing him. If that's taken away, he is Rick. Like only thing that Rick is.
It's kind of like the Terminator thing. When John Connor came back.
In this
guy with the Terminator.
In the beginning,
his son
I felt like it was in the beginning, I felt like it was Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland kind of going back and forth. Like, you know how tired they were at the beginning doing their adventure and wrapping it up. And their eyes were like, oh my god. Like, Jesus, like, we need to relax. Like, we need to stop. Like, we're overdoing it. Like, oh my gosh. It's just like because I've heard how, this season went over so many, times and rewrites. And, they went over it so many times because they don't want to disappoint the fans. And, so
I love when he was like, I was totally not in control back there. We could have died.
That shit was hilarious.
That was hysterical.
That was funny.
That's so funny when they figured out. They were like, "Where are the toxics?" Like when they just figured out, they became self-aware.
Yeah,
that was so funny.
It's funny.
You were gonna say Martin?
No, nothing.
So, Market, what did you think of this episode?
Above market value.
I think I need to watch it again. I was zoning out couple times, so I didn't really catch up much, but I liked it. The things that I saw, I liked.
Yeah. It was really
my favorite part was the introduction. That was super funny. They were both hysterical.
I was scared. I was like, Jesus, this is they really almost died.
Yeah, man. I was like, what the fuck?
And I just the drawing is so simplistic and kind of lame. that it makes it even more hilarious. Like I love like their like Morty's little face when he like does that, like when he's focused,
like the droopy lips,
and then like when he's just screaming, it's just like his entire mouth over his face.
Dude, that shit was
so
funny. They fucking went into some thing and like went into his vagina and fucking killed.
I know, this big
Like,
giant adventure, you know.
Yep.
They're fucking drawers.
They're great. In the Jerry episode,
when
when they kind of like just they like became one with each other.
Oh my god, that was insane.
Jerry, that random alien, and Rick were just
that
like.
was so trippy.
Was like
I am time.
That was.
I am
literally
time.
I am time. That's hilarious.
He was like, I'm literally time.
Oh yeah,
I'm literally time. My favorite Rick and Morty character is the robot that passes butter.
Yeah.
What is my purpose?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna find you a T-shirt with that baby guy.
Oh.
What do you guys think? What did you guys think of this episode? Were you guys a little confused, or were you guys like just?
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. So like for me, I was like trying to keep up, and
it was
like
complex.
My brain isn't able right now to like draw all the lines I usually draw. Like, oh, that's reference to this and this and that and this philosophy.
I'm almost sure that it wasn't, and maybe we were just tired guys. Watching shows and then discussing them and attempting to discuss them analytically does take mental exhaustion.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why.
I wasn't confused. There was a lot of people.
No, I wasn't. I was confused at parts, but then at the end, I was good.
It was them facing a more aggressive side of themselves, one facing a weaker side of themselves.
It revealed a lot. It revealed a lot about
facing those sides of themselves. It dealt with finally like an admittance that like there's only one thing Rick cares about in this universe the most, and that is his Morty.
So,
his Morty is his Morty, and he cares about that more than anything else. He'll protect anything else.
Toxic.
But that makes me believe in the like he is himself kind of theory more because like he cares about himself.
So here's the thing: is that I wasn't confused about what was happening. I followed the story very well.
I thought it was great.
What I was interested in is what does it mean and how does this play into the rest of the world. Those are the
Yes.
lines that I don't have the mental capacity right now to like draw the conclusion.
Because it is like singular episodes, but there definitely is like.
Oh yeah, man, this one is definitely linked, dude. This is gonna be a big part.
How many episodes are in the season?
I don't know. I can't. Everybody look. Rick and Morty, the writers are a lot like George R.R. Martin is as a writer, and as we all sit here and be like, well, I totally think that Rick is Morty. Like, they don't give a fuck about that. They 100% do not care, and they're not going to write that in there. They're not going to be an episode like, well, ta-da, the thing that you guys all thought was going to happen happened. They're always like, we couldn't have predicted any of the episodes that happened this season.
Oh, God, no.
Because Rick and Morty is unpredictable by nature. So, we'll see what's going to happen. I don't really think that Morty is Rick or Rick is Morty. I just think...
More left after this?
What I think is the reason why we saw him with the baby Morty is just because he probably had a different family on a different timeline. He's probably moved on. Maybe we'll get around that. Maybe they'll never address it because they don't give a fuck. They just want to make shit like this that makes you think about yourself. Like, what toxic thing would be ripped from yourself? You know what I mean? Like, if that was the case with you, would your toxic you fight hella hard to get back? Like, that's some shit. That's a part of your conscience ripped away.
10.
What?
10 episodes total.
So 4 more left.
4 more left.
Yeah, man.
There's only 10 this season?
Yeah, dude, bro, they're gonna, man,
that's deep.
This episode, next whole episode, they're gonna do some big shit. Just watch. Jerry's gonna get involved.
I think we're gonna have at least one Beth episode.
God,
Rick,
fucking Beth, man.
I don't know. We kind of had it already.
You don't like Beth?
Jerry? No, if they give a Jerry episode, I think it's fair to give a Beth episode.
Yeah.
I would be okay with
Beth,
this being
Beth,
the divorce season if they did get back together at the end of the season, just to set the slate again for season 4.
I don't think they will,
but
it was.
I kind of hope they don't.
I don't think they would.
That sequence where he like turned the entire world toxic. It was kind of weird that the people in the church just started having sex. And the kids started murdering each other.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus.
Like, why wasn't there like somebody murdering someone in the church and then like I was expecting I was really expecting the worst.
Humans have that instinct as a kid.
Yeah,
be hurtful. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but like
that's our toxicness that we have. Like,
we
are
if we were stripped of everything that made us, like,
we're animals and we'll kill each other, dude. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, we do it all the time to each other.
But that was so fucked up when they turned back. They were just like, severed head.
It was pretty dark. For some reason, it made me laugh.
That's the goriness of the show.
It was so dark.
Man, what are we talking about? Last episode, dude, they had her fucking brother shoot his sister.
Yeah.
Right in the head. Bam.
Yeah.
Like, this
That was
great.
sad. It was sad.
Yeah,
was so
like
sad.
every episode this season, if you give it enough thought, it's been like super deep. And I don't know if that's the problem with people, like it's getting too real, like because it does like.
Why are people complaining about this?
Everybody's complaining about everything because that's all the whole entire internet wants to do.
This show pokes in places you don't want.
The show has definitely like skyrocketed since season 2 to like that mainstream level now, like where people can be like, oh, you bandwagon, but like it's earned it. It's still great. I don't know like why people are complaining about this season.
So we stopped at a hot topic. I think when something becomes popular, people like to nitpick it to try to figure out. It's the kind of like hipster thing, like, oh, you think it's cool, but like you don't know about this or about that, and like it's kind of different here and it's kind of different there. There's a fucking lady with her small child looking at Rick and Morty shit in Hot Topic, and they're like, oh, look, mom, at this one, and I was like, I don't really think this is a show you let your kid watch. Like your kid didn't even. Rick has a threesome. There's a giraffe involved. All the episode over at Unity on that planet, a lot of weird shit happened. That like you'd have to explain to a kid. He was like, I'm not looking for judgment, but like, can you get a giraffe from the zoo?
But like, as a kid, I'd be watching it and like just not understand the joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like when I watch it later,
But
I'm
still,
like, okay.
I mean, we watched shit like that growing up, and we had filthy minds.
I mean,
so.
as a kid, you want to watch this stuff. Like this is what I'd want to watch. Like I try to.
Yeah,
watch.
man, like South Park. You remember South Park? Everybody said it was forbidden. We still watch that shit.
I don't condone that at all.
Guys, this is absolutely not a kid's show. That's
no.
I'm not doing the meme. I'm not doing the meme.
You can't explain that.
You
can't explain like you get people that look like my dad and fill the stadium.
Yeah.
Like,
why would he want any of that? Like, well, a lot of complex themes here, Timmy, and we can't really get into it.
What was the thing you didn't catch, Chris? The Ben.
Oh, Benoit balls. Benoit balls are balls that you hold inside of your vagina, and you have to hold them in to keep it helps your vagina to get back tight.
Oh yeah, 50 Cent.
Yeah, so she said he was like, so what do you know about the philosophy of Benoit when he walked in? Like they'd been talking about Benoit balls. Like shit had already gotten weird.
What is that?
It's like two balls like attached with the
They're
string,
heavy weighted
and
balls.
Like they're tiny. They're supposed to be helping for your Kegel exercise and the other shit, but Kegel exercise is what it's supposed to be for. You put it up in your vagina.
after pregnancy?
No,
or
just
in general.
after
women do it
pregnancy.
so they can have powerful vaginas.
So they can pull the condoms off and you get them pregnant.
Why would you want to have a condom inside of you?
She'll pull it out later.
No, just so she knows she has that power.
Pregnancy, I would just like to make your
like,
for Kegel exercises, just for that.
Hey.
But you also use it for other stuff.
I like the title of the episode now even more.
Yeah.
How do you know
Rest and
that?
Relaxation.
Benoit balls? I hang it on the internet.
I mean, and 50 Shades of Grey made it big too.
I didn't read 50 Shades of Grey. I knew about it before then.
I read it. But
I
I knew
covered
beforehand.
50 Shades of
He's a
Grey.
hipster. He knows about everything before it's mainstream.
Dude, that shit is actually no.
That's hilarious.
Well,
you are full of like
all the time.
If you like, I wish someone made a Wikipedia page on Chris and like, just the lore he's like subtly dropped over the years.
Watch that happen.
I can reveal things, but I won't in this video.
if you guys want to know more about me and my weird past, you're gonna have to watch all the other videos.
You have to scrub through the very.
There's a lot of stuff that sometimes when we start talking and you bring it, it's like I would never expect you did that. Like what?
Comment Chris Lore in the comments below.
Chris Lore.
Hashtag Chris Lore.
Hashtag Chris Lore. Okay.
Hashtag Chris Lore.
All right, guys. Do we have any last minutes?
No, that was it.
Love Rick and Morty. Want to watch more?
Guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's Rick and Morty with us. If you want to see full uncut reactions, we have them available on Patreon for $5. Big shout outs to our super patrons, Joe, Luis, Abel, Celine, David B, Amanda D, and Toy Soldier. We will see you guys the week after this week, because we will not have Rick and Morty next week. And peace.